So, hello and good afternoon to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well. So, in today's class, we're going to discuss about different types of interfaces that may be associated with a software system. So, the first category of user interface is dependent on the concept that is called as a mode. So, a mode is a state or a collection of state wherein each state we can have a well-defined set of commands from where a command may be selected and executed. So based on mode, what we have is we have two types of interface that is called as mode-less interface, and the other one is called as mode-based interface. So mode-less interface is an interface where same set of commands are available all the time. So if you consider disk operating system has a mode-less interface where same set of commands are available in the command pool every time whenever you try to initiate execution of a command. Whereas if you, in case of mode-based interface, what you have is you have different set of commands available at different states of the system. So which is basically dependent on the past sequence of commands that has been issued by the user, right? So in case if you consider an example of Windows operating system, so at different states of the Windows operating system, what we have is we have different commands available in the command pool that can be initiated for execution. Now, mode-based interface can be represented with the help of a state transition diagram where each state or each node of the state transition diagram represents a mode, and associated with each mode, what we have is we have a well-defined set of commands from where command can be selected and initiated for execution. Now, the second category of user interface is based on graphical user interface or a text-based interface. So, a graphical user interface is the user interface where what we can have is we can have several windows with different informations being displayed to the customer, using which the user can perform different operation. So, this is perhaps one of the biggest advantages of graphical user interface. So, where user can simultaneously interact with several related items at any point in time, and even the user can run many unrelated applications. So graphical user interface allows for iconic information representation and symbolic information manipulation. Now you see, this is one of the biggest advantages of graphical user interface. So what we can do is we can represent various objects of interest using icon, and we can go for symbolic information manipulation where what we can do is we can use symbols in order to manipulate information. For an example, if I want to delete a file in case of Windows operating system, so what we can do is we can drag that particular file, place it in the recycle bin. So that is called a symbolic information manipulation. So this is perhaps one of the biggest advantage of graphical user interface. Now, graphical user interface supports command selection using attractive and user-friendly menu selection system. So what we have is we have a well-designed interface. Okay, well-designed interface that's attractive and user-friendly in nature. So what we can do is we can use pointing devices such as mouse and light pen in order to point to different objects, and use of pointing devices makes command issue procedure very simple. So these are the advantages, some of the notable advantages of graphical user interface. Now, graphical user interface, on the flip side, it requires system with graphical capabilities. It requires input device such as mouse or light pen, right? In contrast to this, a text-based interface can run on a very simple system with alphanumeric capabilities, right? And it does not require a system with greater graphical capabilities. Now, in the current scenario, what we have is we have a continuous advancement taking place in the technological paradigm. Where now what we have is we have hardware systems that are more sophisticated and are capable of supporting terminals with greater graphical capabilities. We have terminals with very high resolution display now, right? We have terminals with greater processing capabilities, right? So this has basically led to the evolution of a software system with GUI based interface, right? or with graphical user interface. So with the continuous advancement in technological domain, right? That is the advancement in hardware. So now our focus is more on development of software systems that have graphical user interface rather than a text-based interface. So now further, what we have is we have different types of interfaces. We have command language based interface, we have language menu based interface, and we have direct manipulation interface. Now these three interfaces are for you to study. So what I expect from you is I expect from you an assignment that tries to elaborate on these three different types of interfaces. So in today's class, what we have learned about is we have learned about what is a mode. We have learned about what is a mode based interface. We have learned about what is a modeless interface. We have learned about what is a graphical user interface, and we learned about the advantage of graphical user interface based system, and then we have learned about what are the properties of text-based user interface, right? And there are certain set of user interfaces that are left for you to study, and you need to prepare an assignment on this thing. So thank you very much. Have a very good day.